Hi, welcome to my channel, Takoyaki Tarot. Today is Friday, September 19th, 2025. So before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you, gives you clarity, great. If it does not, then don't force it to be your story. So I'm going to go ahead and start pulling cards. I'm watching my flame, and it is so perfect, so bright, so warm, and it's got such a pretty glow to it. It's very steady too, like it's just very still. There's been times where that fire is just flickering constantly, but it's very, very calm and still today. Oh, you know what? I feel like, oh, now it's flickering. I was just gonna say, I feel like there's some sort of passion that is just like very, very stable, very sturdy. You know how like when you try to like light a candle, right? And then it starts, and then it grows, right? Once it gets a hold of its footing or the wick, it gets bigger. I feel like there's some sort of, now it stopped. Okay, there's a passion that's growing but steadily, like it's taking its time. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling cards. So today is Friday. The fall equinox is going to be here like 3 days. So very exciting stuff. Ooh, wow. Ooh, wow. So I just heard, let's have a moment of silence. Isn't that something that they usually say when they're like, it's kind of like that moment of silence is for someone who's no longer here, someone who's like departed the living, right? Huh. Ooh, something's coming up. Like, you know what, I feel like there's a lot happening right now for the fall season. There's going to be a lot of changes, a lot of things flip-flopping, right? For some of you it's love, for some of you it's opportunity, for some of you it's, you're going to be either witnessing or hearing about the passing of people, like no longer part of this, the living. Alright, so the changing of the seasons, okay, so alright, it's a lot of stuff, actually. It's a lot. Wow. Petty couple. So this is Ecclesiastes. Yeah. So there's a petty couple that could be two people. They could be married, they could be friends, they could be business partners, they could be siblings, it could be family members. It's two people, right? It could be a man and a woman. It could be a man and woman that's married, a man and man that's married, a woman that's married. But there's two people that were trying to do something to you. And the thing is, they're being seen as one entity, right? When you get married, you're now, joined together in holy matrimony. So you're one. They are one. All right. So there is a petty couple that tried to do something to you. These people, they could be, Jesus Christ. So there could be something about two people passing away in a car crash, but it would be seen as like a freak accident. All right. That's just an example of a story that I'm giving you. Okay. But there's two people. Now it could just be that they're being seen. You ever see a car crash, right? I have. And you just stop and look. It's just a natural reaction. You just stop and look because it's so chaotic. It's so messy. There's just so much going on. So there could be two people that are being seen as that, right? So maybe their life is seen as a chaotic car crash. Okay? Very messy. Things are ending for them left and right, right? So this could be material. This could be physical. They could be being ended, right? But this could be spiritual, financial, whatever the case it is. But you have this petty couple, they essentially bound it up together, and the thing is, they are seen as one. So they bound it up together. They did something to you, or tried to. And now, just as they try to band up other people with them to do something to you, nobody wants any part of it. Nobody wants to deal with it. So these people, this couple, they are falling as one. Just as they try to attack you as one, they will be falling as one. All right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the fall equinox is in like 3 days. It's like in 3 days. There's a lot happening right now. There's love, there's opportunity, there's finances, there's rises and there's falls, right? The rise and fall, there's a whole dynamic, right? That's shifting and changing. So we have petty couple, that's the first card that I've seen. And then the second card is Ecclesiastes 4:10. For if they fall, one will lift up his companion, but woe to him. But woe to him who is alone when he falls, for he has no one to help him up. So there could have been a masculine that was like the ringleader of something in this petty couple, and the wife just kind of like went along with it, or the girlfriend went along with it, whatever the case it is. But just as these two people try to rise up against your name, they will be falling together because of your name. So take it how it resonates. All right. I actually wanted to put more cards, but let me see what's coming out here first because I already grabbed it. And then I'll go back to that. If it's necessary, I should say. Woe to him. Ritual. So you could have been there could have been a couple that was doing magic on you. All right, that magic is backfiring and rebounding like a motherfucker. It's really bad, actually. What's happening to this couple? It's bad. So I'm also getting that you're very. I'm gonna read the card in a second. We got ritual that came out. You're very protected. So it's kind of like they did all of this for nothing, right? What's the best example I can give? So let's say you're protected by like a rubber wall, right? And these people were constantly throwing stuff at you, words, magic, manipulation, gaslighting, tricks, enemies, whatever, right? And the wall, it's like they're just throwing it. And they're in their mind, they're thinking it's taking an effect. In their mind, they're thinking that, oh yeah, it's working because our magic is not affecting us. So they're thinking, they thought for a long time, well, you thought wrong. They thought for a long time that they were safe in the clear, that they were good. Their magic is good. But I think the trick is they didn't realize that they were throwing something at a rubber wall, right? So that wall is just, you ever, it's like being indented with all that stuff, and then like one more pebble, one more rock, and it's just gonna, that wall is denting, right? It's like they're throwing things at a wall and there's a dent in the wall. So they're throwing things and they're thinking it's working because they can see the dents in the wall, not realizing that's a rubber wall, and one more rock and everything's just gonna fling shot right out at them, right? It's like that. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. I had to answer a phone call. So yeah, ritual, right? I feel like these people were trying to conjure up things for you, and not just like entities or spirits or whatever like that. I feel like they were just trying to conjure up like a lifestyle for you, an image for you, a narrative for you, a path for you. I feel like they were doing, like, working really, really hard to do that. And it seemed like it was working because they weren't seeing anything, like any other signs of anything else working. It's like they were doing this magic, and in their mind, because they aren't seeing you being happy, healthy, successful, abundant, but they weren't seeing any signs of that, right? But a lot of the times those things are kind of like hidden, or those are like, that's why you always have to be like, that's why people always say like, be quiet about the things that you're working on, right? And if you want to announce it after you achieve that, or after you get the award, or after whatever, right? So I feel like because you weren't announcing anything or saying anything, these people thought that, oh yeah, our magic is working, we're doing great, blah, 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 blah. So I feel like they got really comfortable in that. And then they were just like, oh, well, since it must be working because we can't see any signs of anything else going on for them, then we're just going to keep going and going and going and going. Not realizing that all of that was just building and building and building, pushing up against that rubber wall. One last pebble, one last whatever, and it just went, phew. So we have ritual. Can you feel them? Wild creatures linked by the very blood you will spill into your craft. A ritual of dedication to self and those whose gazes hold fire, but whose whispers carry you softly through the unknown. I feel like you could be like a high priestess. You already knew this was happening, so you just kind of like let them live in their delusion of defeating you. Okay? I feel like if they were conjuring I don't know, an entity, a spirit, a demon, or whatever, right? And it's kind of like it's like a slingshot. You know, like those slingshots when you put the rock in it and you pull it back and you go, and then it just, right? I feel like they did that with like some sort of evil entity, spirit, hex, curse, whatever. But as the closer it got to you, it was like, I better not. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. I'd rather not. So I feel like whatever they threw at you, that last thing, that last curse, spirit, entity, it was like, this is what's gonna break the camel's back. And I feel like that last thing, it was like, it just rebounded onto them so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad for them. But you're good. It's good for you, collective, right? And I know that sounds bad to say, right? But I mean, that's what they wanted. Bad for you, good for them. God's like, no. So now it's good for you, bad for them. And that sounds bad, but it is what it is. Okay? It's people, it only sounds bad because now it seems like, oh, you're just being selfish, you're just being mean because you're living a good life. Why? Because you're not living a good life? That's why it sounds mean. So collective, you living a good life, it sounds mean to people who are living a bad life and who are suffering. Why is that mean? Why? Why can't you live a good life? Why can't you be happy? Why can't you be successful? Just because someone isn't living a good life, someone isn't successful, someone isn't happy, that doesn't mean you shouldn't eat. You have to be in the same. No, that's not a bad thing. And don't ever think that it's a bad thing. Don't ever feel like it's a bad thing, because it's not. It's not. Just because you're miserable and I'm happy, that doesn't make it a bad thing. right? It's not a bad thing. Anyways, I'll get 2 more, and then I'll get 2 to 3 more, and then I'll switch to tarot, and then I'll probably close the reading. Aries, first house, less than human. Ooh. So this is who somebody is. This could be an Aries, you could be an Aries, or this is just how someone is being perceived. This is who they are. This couple is being seen as like, you guys suck. You guys are a really crappy couple. Or really like, they're just not good people. They're not good people. These are people that are less than human. They're not, you guys are doing too much. Like, that's too much. So relax. That's too much. Relax. These are people that they want to be seen as something on the outside. So this could be people that want to be seen as something on the outside. Because I'm also getting Capricorn. They did a lot for their reputation. They did a lot for their reputation. A lot. And I feel like that's rebounding onto them. And now it's kind of like, not only is this rebounding on them, but it's also affecting their reputation. So everything that they did towards you, against you, to build their reputation, that's being enlightened. The things that they did to gain a reputation to you, that's being enlightened. So now they're being seen like, wow, you guys really did that to the collective? That's crazy. You guys suck. So, I don't know. I mean, I know, but like, I don't know what to tell these people, right? Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's the bed that you made. Well, I don't want to lie in it. Okay, so then stand up and sleep. I don't care. Like, either way, you stand up and sleep or you lay in your bed. Either way, that's your bed at the end of the day. That's your bed. It belongs to you. That's yours. So, I don't know what to tell you. That's it. These are people that could have also been trying to interrupt the first impressions that people have of you, right? Which is kind of like how before you get that job opportunity, before you meet that friend, before you meet that girl, that guy, whatever the case it is, this couple, this man and this woman, or these 2 girls or these 2 guys, they would start gossiping and start the rumor mill, feed the rumor mill, and say things about you. So it's like people who never even met you would already have an impression of you or an idea of you, and that's wicked. That's so wrong to do. Like, so that you have people who could have given you this opportunity if they knew you first, or if they knew you firsthand, or if they never met these people, you would have had this relationship, this opportunity, this job, this car, this home, this place, this environment, this window, this career, whatever the case it is. But you had this couple that was really, they had a heavy hand, and like trying to make it seem like you were something that you were not. Because if you were something, if you're not seen, I would just say like this, if you're not seen as like the hero or the innovator or the future or healed or prosperous or the collective, if you're not seen as something that you are meant to be seen as, and they can like interrupt that, I feel like it makes them feel some type of way, because it's like, well, that's not fair. Why? Because you don't have it? Because that's not you? Who cares if it's not fair? It's a fact. What you feel is not fair is not always fact. So I feel like because they felt like it was not fair, they wanted to make it fair. It really had to do with how you were being perceived, who you are. With that Aries energy. So they don't want to be seen as, I'm getting like a very materialistic couple. They don't want to be seen as something like that or someone like that, right? So they just had to make you look worse than them. And I feel like this entire time you had your eyes closed to them, you're not paying attention to them, but they were doing something really hard, almost downright ritualistic. They would like have your name in their mouth. 333 support, your spiritual guides are with you. You're very supported right now, especially in this time. You're very, very supported and very, very protected. I did a reading, I think it was yesterday, where I was talking about how spiritually you're protected, and then you have a masculine that's wanting to protect you in the physical. So you're protected all around, right? There was that blue jay. I feel like blue jays are so funny because it's like you're gonna hear me. It's like blue jays make it known that they're there, and it's so funny. I feel like blue jays are like cocky, but like in a way where like you appreciate it, right? It's kind of like they're gonna let you know something when you need to know. And I think that's the funniest thing. Like, I think it was the summer. I talked about this reading or this story too. Like, I was feeding the birds, right, and I forgot to feed the bird feeder for like a good 2 days. And the blue jay, because like all the birds are like, "Where's the food? Where's the food? Where's the food?" And the blue jay came on my porch and was like doing its blue jay call. And I was like, "Oh, okay. So what's going on out there that I should be looking at?" And all the birds are there waiting for the food. I'm like, okay, let me go feed the bird feeder. And I did, and the blue jay was like, okay, my job is done. So I feel like blue jays are funny like that. So I feel like when I hear a blue jay, it's like because they want you to know something. Like, hello. So I think that's funny. My nose is itching. But I feel like with crows are like, there's a secret you need to know. So there's a secret that this petty couple is holding, and you're gonna find out about this secret. I'm hearing shh, listen. I haven't heard that in a while either. So this is something that you're going to have to really pay attention to. Something that's going to be told about you. Alright, you're going to have to really, really listen. Because you're going to be told one thing, which is true, but you're also going to have to also read between the lines. Because there's more than meets the eye. My nose is so itchy. With this petty couple, or what you're being told about this petty couple. Alright, so you're going to have to use all your senses to get all the, information, all the, messages, I guess. Reverse. Upright. Wheel of Fortune. Life map. I love... Hold on. Okay. Life map. Wheel of Fortune. Upright. So this petty couple was trying to somehow find a way to entangle themselves in your Wheel of Fortune by disrupting your path. You're trying to mess up your life, trying to well, that's not fair that their life is like that, but at the same time they want that life. It's not fair to them because they don't have it. This could even be your own parents that are feeling some type of way because they have to struggle and do this and do that, and all of a sudden like you get this, and these could be your petty parents that, it's so weird. You hear it all the time too. Well, they should struggle. They should this because, it'll make them stronger. It'll make them tougher. And that's so... I feel like, as a parent, like, why would you want your child to struggle? Now, there's a difference between, like, yes, there are some lessons that they have to learn. They're going to have to experience, like, heartbreak and betrayal and pain and things like that because it's natural for their development. So that way they can experience those feelings and they can, learn lessons and wisdom and all that stuff, right? But to deliberately put your children in a situation where they're struggling when they don't need to because you're right there, you're the mom, you're the dad, that's wicked. Now you're deliberately, like, that's wicked to me. I feel like parents who do that, you don't love your kid. I don't care what anybody says. If you're literally deliberately, they deserve to struggle, you don't like your kid. You don't really like your kid. That's your child. And I feel like parents who do that to their children, you don't like your child. You don't even love your child. You don't like your child. You don't like parenthood. You don't like none of that. You just want to punish somebody because you felt wronged in your life. I feel like that. I do. I sure do. So I feel like if these are your parents that were doing this, they really felt some type of way of your life and how you were being perceived by the world, by other people, friends, family members, the community, blah, 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 right? So they try to dismantle your image, how you're seen. because how they're being seen, it's like it's threatening their image, how they're being seen, and they can't have any of that, right? It's something to do with, it's just your life. It's your life, man. Life map. You just have the key to life, and then Wheel of Fortune. I feel like they really try to like entangle or do something where they can like entrap the keys of your life, and it's stupid shit like that. I don't know. It's so weird too, because you hear it all the time how like parents are jealous of their kids, like that mom or that dad or whatever the case it is, right? And they be trying to like steal opportunities from their child because they never had that opportunity. Like, if I have to suffer, you have to suffer too. Right? Well, I had to drop out of high school to help with my family, so the least you can do is get a job. The kid is like 15 years old. What are you talking about? Right? I really feel like if this is your parents, and I hate to say this, but your parents, these are parents that don't like their child or their children. They don't like being a parent. They just want someone to punish and someone to pass on that trauma to. Someone so they can be like, well, I had to suffer, you have to suffer too. Like, well, how about if I don't suffer? How about that? Now I'm not suffering. What are you going to do now? Right? Who are you going to pass on your trauma to? Who are you going to hurt? I'm choosing not to suffer. So what are you going to do now? Right? And I feel like that's what you did. I'm choosing not to suffer in this life, thank you. You did that. Because your Wheel of Fortune is upright. It's untouched. It's untampered with. It's uncorrupted. Look at it. There's an eye in the middle of that. You can see your purpose. Like, I'm not that. I'm choosing not to suffer. I'm choosing to be happy. I'm choosing to not be miserable. Ooh, my arm. I'm good on that. Right? So what do these people do when you're like, I'm choosing not to accept that from you? You can gaslight me all you want, but I'm just gonna... So who are you gonna gaslight if they're not there? Who are they gonna bully if you're not there? Right? What are they going to interrupt and dismantle and corrupt if they don't even know what you're working on, who you're talking to, what job you work at, where you live, blah, blah, blah. Like, so what do they do now with all that energy? Because it's not going to you. It can't go to you. Right? Who can they dismantle if they don't have anyone to dismantle? What do they do with that energy? It just sits with them. And the more you elevate, the more people are like, that's weird. Why would you say that when I was just talking to them the other day? Why would you say that they're having trouble in their life when I was just talking to them the other day and they just won a Nobel Prize? That's weird, right? It shows. It shows. So these people, whether these are your parents, this could be two siblings, this could be two friends, this could be two neighbors, it shows. That's weird. Why are you trying so hard to make them seem... It's something about your credibility, too. Like, why are you guys trying so hard to dismantle the credibility? Right? You guys are saying one thing, but when I can just pivot and I can just talk to them directly, like, I feel like these people would be doing things like that so where people wouldn't, like, talk to you directly. Oh, don't talk to them because blah, blah, blah. So people would be like, oh, okay, yeah, I shouldn't talk to them because blah, 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 blah. No. You're telling me I shouldn't talk to them. Okay, so I'm going to talk to them because I want to know for sure why you're saying this. If it's a fact, then I will know for myself. Now, I want to investigate. I want to know the truth. I want to know. And I feel like that's really blowing up in their faces because people, especially in the age of Aquarius, they want to know the truth. They want to know what's up. What's up? What is up? People want to know, right? They want to know. They want to get to the bottom of the things. They don't want to just, oh, okay, so we were just told this, so we're going to just la 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 la. That's that Pisces energy. La 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 la. Right? Daydreaming. La 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 la. It's kind of like also, too, where it's kind of like, I feel like the energy was, oh, you could just tell me something and I'll just go along with it because la 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 la, the age of Pisces, right? Let's all just daydream. Let's all just, not follow our minds. Let's all just go with what we're being told and not investigate and not seek the truth. La 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 la. Let's just, let's just all hang in there, man. And now it's just like, okay, so what's the truth now, right? People are checking into reality. People want to know what's up. What is up? Right? Nowadays, you say something about someone, and instead of back then where it was just like, oh, la, 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 that's just what they said, so I'm just going to go with it. But don't talk to them because I heard. Don't hang out with them because I heard. Now you say something about someone, people are going to be like, oh, well, let me talk to them. Let me ask them. Let me find out. And that's very scary for people that are stuck in that energy where they're just like, what do you mean you don't want to take what I say. You don't want to listen to my gossip and what I'm gossiping about. You don't want to take it as word as what do you mean? You want to delve deep into that gossip that I just told you about someone else's life. You want to know more? You want to figure out the truth? Don't do that. Don't do that, because you're going to find out that I was just lying. Right? These people don't want to be found out as haters, as liars, as gossipers, as manipulators, as opportunists. Don't do that. Don't investigate. Alright, so it's rebounding. It's backfiring onto them. Anyways. There's nothing that can be done about that, right? There's always a time and a place for everything. There was a time for, alright, well, let's just see who's going to listen to this gossip and go with it. Because that also will tell you who's true. Like, if you hear gossip about somebody, right, and your first reaction is like, oh, yeah. Then that right there tells you, yeah, you already felt some way about me. You were just waiting to confirm it. You felt some type of way about me already. But if you hear people that are just like, are you sure? Really? That's weird, because, then, now they could either be two things. They're just naturally skeptical, or they know your character. So they're going to be like, I don't know about that, right? Actually, it goes two ways, too. Either they felt some type of way about you, or they're just not, they can't think for themselves. Because that's also dangerous, too. When you tell someone something, it makes it easier for them in their life, right? They just go with what people tell them. It makes it easier because they don't have to make the decisions themselves. They don't have to think for themselves, right? Backbone where? I don't have to harden my backbone. You tell me what to do. You tell me what to think. You tell me about these people, right? Non-confrontational energy, too. It is what it is. I'm going to get like 3 to 4 more and then I'll close the reading. I think this is the Queen of Pentacles, the Geomancer, upright. Yeah. You're creating something. You have planted seeds. You've connected the dots. You know what's what. This is on the fence. The Knight of Chalices, Knight of Cups. Okay, so you're the Queen of Pentacles. You have your life map. You know what you're doing. You're following whatever it is that you're following. The Most High God. Amen. Right? The Alpha and the Omega. You already know what you're doing. You know what you're going. You know where you're planting your seeds. You know what you're blah, 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 blah. Right? You're good. So you could be the Queen of Pentacles or you could be the King of Pentacles. Take it how it resonates, right? But there's this thing over here. The Knight of Chalices on the fence. Also the Romantic. I feel like now this is separate. Now this is separate. Now this is just you. I feel like you have options in love. So this was what's going on in the background of you, and I feel like you had your eyes closed the entire time because you know that's not something that you need to be paying attention to, something that you need to be putting your energy into. It doesn't really matter. These people will fall when they fall if they're meant to fall. Right? So you're good on that. You don't have to worry about that. Pay attention to that. But over here now, you have options in love. You could have people that are, you have someone that's waiting to offer you something. The Fighter, the Knight of Swords. This could have been someone that was fighting through gossip that was being said about you, words that was being said about you. So these people could have been saying, if there was like 2 people, these 2 people could have been saying, oh, the collective this, the collective that, blah, 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 right? But now it's coming to find out, you guys ain't shit either. Because I went to go look at the collective. I went to go talk to the collective. Turns out they are who they say they are. But you guys are, you're a pile of poop. You're not nothing that you claim to be. Right? So, I feel like this person that they're waiting to offer you something. Why they're waiting, I'm not going to get into that because I feel like I already know. But they had to fight through a bunch of this gossip, this lies, the illusions, the smoke and mirrors that was being said about you, the Queen of Pentacles. So you could be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or it could just be something about like your health, your reputation, your stability, your resources, what you have. A lot of gossip was being said about that. A lot. And this masculine, so you could be a Divine Feminine, the Queen of Pentacles, or a King of Pentacles. Take how it resonates. But whoever you are, this person, they've been fighting and fighting through the things that was being said about you. Yes, they have. And it's like anytime someone says something about you, they're ready to take out that sword of theirs. Listen, let me show you. That's the Fighter. You see how he's ready to take out his sword? That's the Knight of Swords. Look. Right? That man is fighting for your honor. That man is... What you say about the collective? Alright. I'm gonna get one more and then I'll close the reading. So yeah, petty couple could be anybody that's like two people. I feel like it's two people. Man, woman, married, relationship, friends, co-workers, neighbors. Right? It's just like a little small group of people. I feel like it's two people though. When I wrote that, I had two people in mind. So I do think, I do declare, I feel like it is two people. The Queen of Swords came up upright. The Two of Swords. There's someone that's confused about something. You know what's crazy? I'm getting something else. I'm getting that there could have been a Queen of Pentacles and a Queen of Swords working together to stop people from offering something to you, or offering a masculine something from you, or a feminine something, or stopping someone to offer something to you. That's on the odd end of this, right? There could have been a Queen of Pentacles and a Queen of Swords. That could have been the two people, the petty couple, that was ganging up together to make it seem like you are not who you say you are. But come to find out, you guys aren't shit either. You guys aren't claim who you say you claim to be. But the collective sure is. The collective's been the same since day one. So I feel like, and now these two women don't know what to do anymore. They don't know what to do. Right? Now, on the positive end of the spectrum, you could also be the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Alright? You know that someone wants to offer something to you. But I think they're just waiting for you. I don't know. The Tower, the Shore, yeah. Because the minute that you make whatever decision, or the minute that you say whatever you say, it's going to change things. Look, the Tower, and then the Shore. So you could be a Scorpio. This could be, it's just, the dynamic of all of this is just transformation and change, right? But the person that wants to come towards you, no pun intended, the person that wants to go towards you, right? I should say that they want to join finances with you. They want to give you something. I'm also getting, if you're not a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, it could just be something about the fact that this person that's going to come towards you, no pun intended, that's going to go towards you, they want to talk to you about the future that you can have together, a partnership that they want with you. Okay, so this is a reading. Bye.